What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bianconerizone for not a daily news. It's a new show. It's gonna drop almost every day at the same hour, so this hour. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and like the video, especially like the video. So in these videos, we are gonna go deeper in how I'm gonna call it now, obviously off the field stuff, but also during the season more in depth in certain things. We're gonna look at things we might not discuss on lives because it's a reaction. So when we have time to gather information or like your thoughts, that's the most important thing. We can talk about that. We can discuss that. But obviously, like the main stories at this moment in time are not transfers. It's investigations and the whole thing around the investigations basically. So we're gonna talk about that. Now keep in mind I'm recording this on a Sunday evening, so by the time this drops things might have changed, but the fact what I'm gonna talk about now um will not change. Like it will change, but it still happen, and you can still talk about it. So I'm gonna talk about it, and that's about a win, like a little win in court, if you want to call it. I'm not gonna call it a win. I'll tell you why. And then we have a lawyer who, how do you want to say that? Like he was in the middle of all those things with other clubs, basically. Is talking about the entire situation. So we will also discuss that. But the main news, or like the main thing I want to bring up, is this. No, it's not this. Excuse me. It's this from Tuttosport saying the judge, basically a judge, has rejected the Premier League accusations. Jesus Christ, he has rejected the accusations present. So let's say the initial, like the what happened, or like what the prosecutors have put forward as of now, in this moment in time, presented by the prosecutors on the Juve investigation. The judge recalled how capital gains are now customary in modern football, which makes them not a crime, and that the salary movements happened during the COVID period was linked basically to the period of COVID. Now, I'm gonna call it mini win slash no win at all. For the reason, first of all, things can change. This is the first. So they put up evidence, and the judge was like, "No, I cannot do anything with this. What you have offered me now, basically, I cannot do anything with that." But the main thing is, and I will add the second part of it, a lawyer speaking, because that's what I want to discuss. He's saying what Juve have done have been the subject of negative evolutions by many, but in an unfounded way. These are lawful and widespread activities and not illegal from an administrative point of view. When it comes to capital gains, there have already been two judgments that led to nothing, of all clubs brought to trial. In the past, I also defended Novara for the transfer of players with Juve, a procedure that ended in nothing, basically. Now that's why I called it win slash no win, because the capital thing was already kind of dismissed last season when that brought up. There were reports, and good reports, good people saying this is going nowhere because there is no rule on capital gains. Like, and as you can see, and also by the judge going off the Tuttosport report, you cannot. There are no set rules. Like there are no set rules. It's not illegal. There's no rule you cannot do that. It's just being thrown in the mix now because it looks fishy. Like nobody's gonna deny like that some transactions like the Pjanic, Arthur, and all those things, they look stinky because we know those players are not worth that money. Even players we like, we know we're overpaying for these players. But that's how it is. Like it's not illegal. I have no idea how you can control. You just can't control it because then it becomes a mess. Like how are you gonna value players? Like that's impossible because there are no set prices. So, but that we knew last season already. It's just brought up in the mix, and the media is recycling, and I'm gonna talk about that. And mixing things together, dropping wiretaps that has nothing to do with illegal activities. It's just showing we were doing dumb shit. Basically, we were doing dumb things behind the scenes. That was what those wiretaps were actually proven, and they were just putting into a blender all those reports, the capital gains, and the board stepping away, of course, the wage thing, which also we'll touch on later on, was all put into a blender, and you got a smoothie with the taste bullshit, basically, because nobody has a clue what's going on at this point. You have newspapers today, so on Sunday, admitting, or like the journalists working for those newspapers, admitting on Twitter, they were basically putting out old news. Like, they knew all these things, and they were just putting it out there. And you're like, why are you doing this? And you have high people in government saying this is dangerous, because it's dangerous. You're putting information out there in a spotlight, in a daylight, where it looks horrendous, but actually it isn't. So you are damaging a lot of people's reputation. Like a Cherubini, you're damaging his reputations when he actually has nothing to do with it so far, it seems. But you're damaging his reputation for other clubs maybe wanting to sign him, and now they're like, hold on, like, what's going on? Well, maybe it has nothing to do with it, because you're putting out all quotes, you're mixing all the news through a blender. Like, you cannot see clear when you read these reports. You're confused as hell, and you have those people admitting on social media, yeah, it's old news, but we're still putting it out there. Then why are you doing it? Like, what like, we know why, but like, surely, if you're a good journalist, you're like, I'm gonna go a different direction. But that's not what they're doing. It's a complete mess. Like, that's the reality of the situation at this moment in time. Basically, that's it. Now, again, the capital gains, I called it a mini win / no win, because I have no idea how you can police it or like control it. So, but again, it's a first win, if you want to call it again a win. The prosecutors can come with other evidence or other claims or whatever. But also, more important, you have people who are going to make decisions on these things coming out, judges and all those things, saying we cannot make a decision based on things put in the media and all those things. And also, even things that have been put in the media are like, they don't sound wrong. Like, and what have been put in the media and basically put in a spotlight to make it look wrong, it doesn't mean they're wrong. So you have a trial going on in the media one more time, when we just need to wait, because I do think something happened. Again, 10 people were basically sacked, so something has happened. But they're putting all those things together, and you have no idea what's going on, basically. Like, you have foreign media making wildish claims, have no idea what's going on, putting out articles, making videos, especially like channels like ESPN, who already, I don't want to sound very disrespectful, but they're not good. Like, they're not good. They do clickbait things. They have, like, when you listen to some of those videos, you're like, you have no knowledge of what's going on. I have not a lot of knowledge, but you have absolutely no knowledge. You just read some things on random Twitter accounts, and you're just going off that live on TV. Because I've seen some ESPN clips. I'm like, you're talking absolutely out of your ass. Because that's not what's happening. You know, foreign media saying, like, they're gonna get stripped all the titles. Like, it's based on a few, like, it's a complete mess. That's that. Then again, you have, even yesterday or like the previous days, you have Serie A owners from clubs saying, or relax, and then you have Napoli being invested for the Osimhen thing, which again, it stinks, but it's capital gains. It's not illegal to do, but it's all being put out there in a way that you, if you are not a Juve fan, you're looking at it and you're like, oh my god. When you sit back, you're like, okay, what's actually going on? The capital things, it stinks, but okay. The wages, that's the most important thing. What is happening with those wages? Have we paid those players? Juve say yes. has that money appeared on the balance sheet? Juve still claims yes, which is fine. But if that's all yes, like let's be also honest with ourselves. If that's all we have done nothing wrong. It's all yes, yes, yes. Then why have 10 people been sacked? Why have those people been removed? So something is up. But what the media is being put out there, again, old news. They admitted it today on a Sunday that they're actually publishing old news, things they knew in the past, but like now everybody resigned, have been sacked, and they're just putting it out there without I'm gonna say no context, because again, it's all has been put in a blender, and basically telling the public, you do whatever with it. We just chuck information or like quotes, put them in articles, mix different things together, and maybe we get something. That's the current situation. But I think things will come out again. We just need, like Julian said, read the good sources, because now they have proven that, or they admitted that they have been posting things or like putting out things that are wrong, old, not kind of relevant, but again, put in the daylight where it sounds very relevant. So that's a good situation. That was it for this video. So let's see how that will develop. Maybe we have developments even before I drop this video. So keep that in mind. But do please like the video, subscribe to the channel. As always, hit that bell notification, because season is almost returning. We're back in training. We'll play Arsenal soon, and probably another friendly, because the Barcelona game is off, but the club is still looking for another opponent. So stay tuned. We're almost back, and we will see you back tonight. Ciao, guys.